Let's talk wireless mics. This is the SmallRig W60, and I'm going to tell you all about it, show you what's in the box. We're going to do some demos out here, and let's do it. Oh! After you open the box, you're going to find all of this stuff in it. So the SmallRig case that holds the two microphones, the receiver, and this is no ordinary case, but we're going to come back to that in a second. You're also going to find the two wind muffs, the phone cable adapter, the regular adapter, and the USB-C charging cable. And of course, a nice little soft bag for transportation. Let's dig into the details. So on the side here, we've got the power button. A long press will turn it on and off. A short press will be mute or unmute. This button is the pair button for a long press, or the short press is the low pass. On the other side, you've got the USB charging port and an optional microphone input for a lav. You will need to pick one up yourself. That does not come in the box. On the LCD screen on the front, you're going to find your display so you can monitor the levels. And on the top is the mic hole. And then you can plug one of these in here. Look how cute. So these mics are using a condenser microphone that has a 360-degree omnidirectional pattern. Now the receiver. All right, so on the side we've got long press is power, short press is to switch between mono and stereo. On the other side, we've got, of course, headphones, the handy little connect it to your camera cable, and then you've got the USB power. This clip actually will go into the cold shoe mount on your camera, so that it is just handy holding it. You don't have to configure anything. And on the top, you've got your individual level control so that you can adjust volume for mic A and mic B. Now let's get back to this fancy case that I love so much. The cool thing about this case is that it's not only a storage case, it's actually a charging case as well. Flip it on over, you've got USB-A and you've got USB-C on the side. As you can hear, we're by the water. This is what it sounds like just natively without the wind muff. Now let's put the wind muff on and test. We don't have this on the camera because this is awkward. Boom! We have the wind mic on, wind muff on, wind screen on. What do you call it? And there you go. The dead cat or wind muff is now on. You tell me. Leave a comment. Can you tell the difference? Now let's test the mono stereo action, and for that I'm gonna need a second person.
Did I hear that we needed a second person for mono stereo testing?
So now this is a really important thing to remember when you're using this mic. In stereo mode, the A channel is your left ear and the B channel is going to be your right ear. When you're in mono mode, it's in both ears. That may sound a little counterintuitive, but here's why. Because we actually have the ability in post-production, if you're doing an interview or somebody is louder than the other person, you can make those adjustments. So let's do a quick demo. It looks like this. And I'm glad I did not throw the rock at the camera.
Hey, Editor Chris here. I wanted to take you into the editing booth with me, and I want to give you an example of when to use this and why it's so effective and really cool. So the crash course on audio, there's a left channel and a right channel. That is what's called stereo. You hear them in both your ears. When your camera is recording, it typically bakes in the left signal and the right signal is to one signal. This product will actually separate those into individual tracks. And then when you bring it into the editing, you can isolate the left and the right as their own tracks. So what we have here is Luria and Callie having a mock little interview with each other, just chatting to give an example of when to use this mode. And I gotta say, it's quite effective. And you can do this in pretty much any editor. I'm not going to go into the specifics on how to do it and what I use because it might be different than yours, but the principles are really the same. What I've done is I have 2 audio tracks and 1 video track. And remember, this was recorded at the same time on this camera actually, and all I did was separate the left from the right. So now I have individual tracks. And so I've labeled them by a color so I know which one is which.
And I didn't that day.
Yeah, you were trying to be spontaneous. And then we were driving back.
Now I'm gonna mute Callie.
Like, this is not gonna work. We don't have 7
Yeah.
hours. And then we
Now I'm gonna play them together.
But it was really cool,
mute Luria.
remember? With the seals and
It's pretty effective because you have some latitude and some range to be able to edit your videos, but again, it does take a couple extra steps in post-processing to achieve this, to be able to have the control in post to adjust it to fix, or if they are talking over the other person, maybe coughing or scratching their shirt where there's a lot of mic noise. And if you're in one of the other modes, you wouldn't be able to do that because it is baked into both audio channels, and the audio is phenomenal. I'm very surprised at the results that we are getting from this product. It is so cool. SmallRig, shout out to you. Amazing.
This is a great mic for anything mobile, whether it's fitness, outdoors, dog training, whatever you got. And if you want to learn more about what gear you need for your unique setup, we've got a free guide for you. Livestreampros.com/gear, link in the description, and check out this next playlist.